This country deserves the next major. There will have been 19 majors in CSGO, but only 9 countries that hosted a major. Poland and Germany had the most majors with 4, while the US and Sweden are tied for 3rd with 3 majors each. Even more shocking, there have been only 4 majors outside of Europe, 3 of those being in the US and 1 in Brazil, not very global from a game that is called Global Offensive. Now, hosting a major is very prestigious for a country, and it can ignite a passion for the game in many young players. I want to look at 3 factors to determine which country deserves to host a major based on how strong the local scene is. For this, I will look at the total share of CSGO players from a country, CSGO players per million citizens, and nations represented at the major. For each of these categories, countries will earn points from 1 to 20 according to their rank, and the country with the most points is considered the worthiest according to this method. Let's start with the total share of CS players per nation, and to no surprise, the nations with a lot of people also have a lot of CS players. But if we adjust per million citizens, the smaller Balkan and Baltic states gain a huge leg up. Using CS players per million citizens also allows us to get a grasp on how popular CS is within the country. And lastly, I use the amount of players of a nation that attended the major to assess the general level of play the nation produces. In essence, the more players from a nation get to the major, the better the environment and conditions are for players to excel. The numbers will of course be highly volatile, but give a general indicator. If we sum up all the points given out through these 3 categories, we end up with these 16 countries. I'm going to count them down from 16 to 1, with 16 being the lowest and 1 being the most deserving. Before I show you the list of countries, here's a quick word from my sponsor. This video is sponsored by Skins Monkey, a trading platform where you can instantly get new skins by trading in your old ones. What I love about Skins Monkey is that you can take a bunch of your skins that you don't want and trade up for a better one like I'm doing here, essentially upgrading. And if you're really picky, you can always use the filter to find exactly what you're looking for. If you trade enough, you can get a $5 bonus. Besides trading, you can also buy CSGO skins for cheap with a 30% deposit bonus, and if you use my code NART, you get an additional 5%. Also check out the freebies tab where you can earn free skins. Make sure to use the link in the description and code NART to get all the extra bonuses. At number 16, Australia, 15, Germany, 14, Portugal, 13, Finland, 12, UK, 11, Norway, 10, Estonia, 9, Latvia, 8, Canada, 7, Ukraine, 6, United States, 5, Sweden, 4, Brazil, 3, Denmark, 2, Russia, and number 1, Poland. Now that we have the data, I want to sort out a few nations based on other factors. While Poland is technically the most deserving country, it is also the country with the most majors hosted already, so this wouldn't really fit our goal. We can also eliminate the UK, Brazil, Germany, US, and Sweden for the same reason. Denmark has already gotten the green light to host the first CS2 major, so we can cross them off our list, and Russia and Ukraine have some other more pressing issues at the moment that will keep them from hosting a major. Now we are left with countries with the biggest player bases that didn't host a major yet. Even after all this time, CSGO remains most popular in Europe, but there is also another issue that dictates where a major takes place: the tournament organizer. After all, it's them taking the risk on a location, and simply sticking with already tried and tested locations just minimizes the financial risk of hosting the whole major. A good way to prove yourself as a country that can host major level events is hosting other international lands. Finland, which through our elimination process has moved up the ranking, has recently hosted the Elisa Master Finals, which went very smoothly. One of the countries that also have a significant number of Tier 1 events is Australia. While there's usually only one good Oceanic team, their commitment to CS has been a long tradition. Even the vibe and crowd at Australian events is always good, as we just saw with ESL Challenger Melbourne. The biggest drawback, however, is the time difference. With most viewers coming from the Americas and Europe, having the event at a reasonable local time means uncomfortable viewing hours for viewers at home, which would have impact on stream numbers and possibly sponsor opportunities. But this doesn't change the fact that Australia would deserve a major. It just brings a lot of problems that need to be solved in that case. Similarly, Spain with DreamHack Valencia or the Flowfire tournament in Barcelona has some serious experience but not quite the player base to back it up. Getting selected to host a major is not pure luck. It is the result of local events turning into national events and a strong CS scene in the country that enables those tournaments to grow. Canada's most recent LAN event was the Sigma Esports Cup Toronto, which is far from exciting and had some organizational issues with miscommunication of prize money claims, leading to a 5-month delay in payment. Latvia and Estonia also lack any significant international LAN experience. If we further filter for LAN hosting experience, the top picks will come down to just 3. Number 3, Australia, 2, Portugal, and number 1, Finland. And my personal 2 picks are Spain and Mongolia. Mongolia has recently shot up through the ranks with a lot of young talent spread across multiple rosters. The most significant of these being the ex-IHC, now Mongols roster, which is on its trip to Europe, has produced some serious upsets. With the Asian RMR also being hosted in Mongolia, there are at least some good conditions for Mongolia to develop into a possible major location. Do you agree with my list, or would you like to see a different country host a major? Let me and my community know down in the comments below. Till next time, NartOutHere, peace.